Yeah. And we are live. Welcome, everybody. This is Deb, Beth, and Stephanie,
Hello.
the three
Hello.
wild and crazy women doing We Won't Go Back. And I don't think we're all that wild and crazy. We're just very passionate. So
Maybe a little wild and crazy.
Yeah, maybe a little.
Wild and crazy. Wild and crazy.
Stephanie's wild. Beth is crazy. Deb is totally insane.
Deb's wild. That's crazy.
So we probably, we keep doing these shows and we haven't told anybody anything about us. Hi, Rhonda. So
Hi,
should we
Rhonda.
do a little bit about us?
Sure.
Sure.
Just to give people a backstory. Like, first of all, we do a lot of things together, other shows and paranormal team, Map It, Michigan Area Paranormal Investigative Team. That's a long one. Should be something simple. Stephanie and her husband Daniel are the founders of Map It, and Beth and her husband Barry are on it. Myself and my husband RJ and Mist and Paul Chamberlain. Right? Can't say that other last name anymore. They're married.
Right.
So we do all that. And what else do we do? What else should we tell people?
You have a store in Houghton Lake, Michigan.
I do.
In case you forgot.
I do. Mystical Awakenings, a metaphysical store where we do healings, readings, chakra balancing, all kinds of things like that. Weddings. We have a lot of metaphysical supplies. We do events. And usually when there's events, we're all there, all three of us.
And us three do a show called Ghoul Talk and a show called Lost Souls. Ghoul Talk is just kind of fun, talking about the paranormal. And Lost Souls is a bit more sobering. It's about cold cases or missing persons or both. And that's really dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
Stephanie, tell us about My Haunted Diary.
So My Haunted Diary is our channel on YouTube that we've been doing for about a little bit over a year and a half now. And we premiere every Monday at 6:00, God willing, and the creeks don't rise. We're a little bit late tonight, but we're right around 6:00. And it's just kind of a behind the scenes look into what we do. We don't make it look prettier than it is. We don't make it fancy. We don't make it more than what it is. We don't want to rival the TV shows where everything is a demon possession and it's go, go, go from the second you walk on to the second you leave, because we know that that's not what it's really like. And it's 8 hours of talking to yourself in the dark to hope that something responded to you once. Exactly. So we kind of wanted to show the real side of it. So Daniel's been putting together the past few weeks our trip to Indiana State Sanatorium, which we did in the very end of May, on Memorial Day, actually. So we've got a ton of footage to go over. He's been going over for that, and we're just getting amazing stuff there. I want to go back and I want to stay for like a week there. For whatever reason, I feel wildly protective of this place. We watched a video of someone else going there, and I'm like, no, they can't go there because I know these people and they're faking things, and I'm like, they can't be in there. And so I don't know. That place it really got me. So these episodes have been fun to kind of go back and revisit.
Cool. I just want to add that if people go to YouTube, type in My Haunted Diary Communion.
Yes.
Because there is another My Haunted Diary.
Yeah. They also have little shorts that are called My Little Haunted
Diary. My Tiny Haunted Diary.
My Tiny. Many tiny one of those.
Some sort of word for small.
Right.
And Barry and I also have a brand new travel channel. which is Sacred Journeys. And it's so new. We've only done one episode. And it has to do with our RV travel and the sacredness that you find during that. So yeah, watch for that because my RV's in the shop right now, and that's where I like to do the videos. So I've been procrastinating.
Right.
But yeah.
Right. Well, we should also add we will all be in September 23rd and 24th at the Michigan UFO Contact.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's in Houghton Lake, Michigan at the Lakeside Resort. And we have phenomenal speakers. I'm so excited this year. And I think, we're all big expedition Bigfoot junkies because it's so scientific, and along with everything else, they do the investigation and it's everything. Hi, Dale.
Hi, Dale.
Ladies.
And there's Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie.
Yeah.
That's the link to my Haunted Diary page.
But I think the Bigfoot stuff comes in perfectly because they're connecting that it could be alien. We don't know, so why not?
Right. And there is a spiritual aspect to it, and the scientific side, and we need all of it to kind of come together. Well, Ronnie LeBlanc, who kind of does I'm going to meditate and connect. So we really love him. We love them all.
He's going to be there.
He's one of our speakers.
Be there. Yeah.
Along with Michael Carter from Ancient Aliens and
lots of big names.
Costa, Cheryl Lynn Carter, Bill Konklesky, Andrea Perrin, John Tenney. Jeff Turner is coming back this year.
Devin RJ.
And Map It, our whole team will be doing some things. We'll be up there. We're going to open up the whole thing with some cool Map It.
It'll be so much fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that. So why are we here?
Because we won't go back.
Hell no, we won't. We won't go back.
But let's start it out on positive. Kansas.
Kansas.
We love Kansas. Lots of love to
Kansas.
Yeah.
And we're just really, keeping that good, happy vibration going that maybe other states, all the states other than one that we know starts with an I, who already blew it. But we're hoping other states will follow Kansas and do the right thing. Give women the right to choose
their own bodies.
The right to their own body. Yeah. And so there's not a lot of new information out there about what's going on. It's kind of scary because it's so quiet in a way.
It is quiet. Except for that, I felt like Kansas was a big yell. Back, like
humongous victory.
If we can do that in November, if we can hold on to that and all turn up like they did in Kansas.
Right. And I think that's why, we need to keep doing what we're doing to keep other people, keep it in their mind. People are forgetting. And if we don't stop, or if we don't keep speaking out and reminding people, who knows what can happen.
Right. Yeah, I think
there's so much going on. It's easy for one thing to slip someone's mind unless it's constant right there. So, this kind of flared and then dropped real quick just because there's so much shit everywhere.
Right.
But they're not stupid. They count on that.
Absolutely. Yep. They want to sneak it in.
One of the big ups I had for Kansas was the other side. Women voted for women. And you don't always see that on all the issues because they're known as the party that is anti.
Right.
And for the women of that side to come out and say, hell no.
Right.
That was uplifting to me. That was like, Yeah, girls, you go, girls.
Right, because this really should not be.
No,
We know it is a political issue.
it
We
is,
know
unfortunately.
that. It's a ploy. It's like everything else. It is political, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't matter what side of the fence you're on politically. Hey, Dana.
Hey, Dana.
I just love that woman to pieces.
Hey, Dana.
And we'll be seeing her at UFO Contact too.
Yay!
Right, Dana? Right. Anyways, it should not matter what side of the fence you're on politically, or even if you're in the middle politically.
How did you guys feel when it first came down? Not to get into my story too much, but I come from some abuse relationships, as many of us women have. I felt abused all over again. I felt like the white man was trying to keep me down again. Like, abused. That's the best word I can come up with.
I was clapping for Dana, not
okay. Well, I'm glad you weren't clapping for my. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry about that. But yes, I totally agree. And I think
is that how you guys felt?
Yeah, I felt very violated.
Like he's trying to put his thumb on us again, hold us down.
Right. And that's exactly what's going on. Because
it was almost like I couldn't breathe. Yeah. And
we've talked about it before. Stephanie's younger, so it affects her in a different way. You and I, Beth,
we're past that, baby.
We're past it, so it's not a personal thing for us. It's for our daughters and our granddaughters,
and our great granddaughters,
and the young women everywhere,
and even our grandsons. I mean, yeah,
exactly. And I love what Dana says.
Yeah. Did you get
it? Yeah. I mean, that's how I felt too. I was in total disbelief that this could really happen.
Even though we were warned that it was probably going to happen, I just kept thinking there was going to be
No way.
Yeah. There's no way they can do that. I mean, that's absurd. It's barbaric.
I thought one of them would come to their senses, and say, this is, or go by the promises they made when they were being interviewed to be on the Supreme Court.
No.
I mean, we were lied to. Come on, we were lied to.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And Dana says it seriously feels like a movie. It really does. It's very surreal. Even the thought that they could do this, I can't comprehend it. In this day and age, women have fought so hard, to
get so little,
to get the right to do anything. I've told the story, I'm sure even on the show, that when I was younger and married and trying to buy a car, the bank flat out told me, we won't even talk to you. You need to have your husband come in.
No, and Stephanie said that happened to her recently.
My car. Yeah. So that's something that is still going on. So if women think that, this is okay, we're not really losing our rights.
Well, I don't want to get into too many horror stories, but when I was being abused and I had him move out of the house, I called the cops because he was threatening to come and kill me. And they said, there's nothing we can do. His name's on that house too. So I said, so when you find my body, that's when? There you go, pretty much.
God. Yeah.
And I just talk about, you already feel alone. Mm-hmm. You already feel so alone. And then to have authorities tell you, too bad. Buck up, little camper.
Well,
wipe the blood off your lip and get on with it.
We can go back a month. Right here in my town that I live in, young woman by the name of Tyranny in her 30s, and her son and her mother were all murdered.
Right.
Days before this happened, because she was trying to divorce her narcissistic abuser, days before this happened, she went in to get a protection order and was denied because she didn't have enough evidence.
Right.
Well, when when a woman, when anybody says I'm afraid for my life, that alone should be enough evidence.
Right, right.
So, it's still
the good old man's, the good old boys club is. Well, just look at Washington. The good old boys club is still in control.
Yeah.
Except for who's making the difference in Washington now? The women. The women.
Yeah. Well, and that goes back quite a ways.
Yeah.
Women have always made a difference in Washington.
Yes.
We're just behind the scenes.
Right. Some of the best presidents had amazing wives. So it was really the wives.
Hi, Dagger. Baby drop-off sponsor.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Whoop. I think we both.
Okay. We did it again. Go ahead.
You want to put it up? There.
Oh, Jesus.
No. Why isn't it doing it? Okay.
Well, because we kept putting it up at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Baby drop.
And back in the day, it was like, what was it at? Monasteries. What's nun things called? Nunneries.
Convents.
Yeah, and now I guess they have like where was it that you could used to put them in a box, a drawer, and you would shut the drawer and you could leave?
Like fire stations, they have safe drops. Fire stations, hospitals, police stations, anything like that is a safe place to drop them without fear of getting in trouble.
Right. Yeah, and they're even saying, police stations, state police stations.
Well, Dagger, we even heard that they're doing the Underground Railroad for a lot of women right now. They've already got them set up so that they can escape to a state that's abortion friendly.
Right.
And not be stopped or get in trouble or whatever.
Right.
Hey, what happened to the doctor in Indiana? She didn't get charged, did she?
I meant
to look that up.
I haven't heard.
Was it
for an interview?
I don't know. I haven't heard either. No, I don't know. We could Google it quick, but we're doing.
I'm looking.
Are you?
Our tech girl
is always good at that.
I'm working on it too.
What's he saying back there, mumbling?
He said he's working on it too.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Daniel.
I don't see anything recent. I don't see anything past July.
Hey, where's Cricket?
She did an interview somewhere yesterday or something. So.
Oops. Aw.
So, Dagger the Dragon made a really good point about, the drop-off locations are making a big comeback. Mm-hmm. Sadly, other things that are going to make a big comeback are murders, suicides.
Yeah. Giving birth and burying your baby in the backyard.
Yeah.
Or being a teenager and not knowing how to give birth. So you die, the baby dies, everybody dies.
Right. If you look it up, though, this country is horrible. The amount of, and I should have had those stats ready, but men killing their wives or girlfriends for any reason the numbers are astronomical.
Right.
But for being pregnant, it's unbelievable. Right. And that's going to go up. If they see no other way out, that's going to go up.
And we're going to go to that back street butcher, time in our lives where.
Yeah.
And on the other end of the spectrum, you're going to have women who are stuck in these abusive relationships, and then their husbands or boyfriends or whatever are going to purposely get them pregnant in order to keep them.
Good point.
Trap them.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing they can do.
Right.
Yeah. So all of these things are making quite a comeback.
We're going to have an explosion on drug addicted babies because
Mm-hmm.
there's not going to be the way to not have them. So,
Right. Right. And, you know, I'm just going to put this out there. Many of the women who are drug addicted who become pregnant to help get an income from the baby, those aren't the women that are aborting anyway.
no.
You know, we've had a lot of drug addicted babies. That's what I
Right.
used to do is, you know, for fosters.
Right. That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's just mostly the biggest thing is all these issues are out there, but the biggest thing is we should be able to say what happens to our body.
Right.
That's the
Right.
bottom line.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Regardless if you're low income, high income, married, not married, gay, not gay, whatever. It
yeah,
shouldn't matter.
whatever. It's you know, they're taking away personal choice is what they're
Exactly.
doing.
It's
And
nobody's business why
you
you
know,
decide.
right.
Absolutely
We
not.
stand by, you know, if abortion doesn't set well with you, if you don't believe in it, don't do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
It's
I've
like
never
if you
had
don't
one.
like being gay, don't be gay.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not as easy as
I didn't mean it that way. I know that,
I know,
that came
but
out
that
really
is a
bad.
saying.
But
Yeah,
I mean, if you don't
if you
like
don't
that
like gay
because of
men,
your weird religion, then don't do it. But
right? Yeah.
everybody else has a right to do what they
Yeah.
want to do.
Okay, let's see what
If you don't
Dana-
want to be straight, don't be straight. I don't care.
Oh, Dana, you're so right. And that's, you know, that's the point that I keep trying to make is,
What has changed?
you know, the whole abortion, and I don't even like using the word abortion in any of this. The whole right to choose thing is extremely important, but that's not really their issue. You know, the whole thing is taking away our rights. That's, you know, it's all about, let's see how many rights we can get away from them. And it's happening. So, yeah, it's going to be destructive on so many levels. So many levels.
So we were going to talk about where we go from now.
Right. Yeah.
I have thought and thought and thought about this, and it comes down to voting. It just comes down to getting the person in there that thinks the way you do.
Right. Voting, and yeah, voting is huge. You know, I've talked to so many people that say, I hate politics, so I don't even vote.
Oh, I get so tired of that.
Well, this is, you know, I hate politics. I
Then-
do. I hate politics, but I vote.
Somebody
Because
fights for your rights.
We have to.
You know?
We have to stand up for our rights.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was talking to Dagger earlier, and they came up with a really good point. You know, maybe it's time to just not worry about Roe versus Wade, move forward with getting those rights, you know, getting our rights.
Get it federally.
Exactly.
This could be a blessing in disguise in some weird ways, not for the women that are pregnant right now, but
right.
For future, this may force us into doing something very permanent, which we thought the other was permanent. I'll give us that. But
right.
And maybe it's also making women stand up, or, you know, women and people who love them stand up and say, enough is enough. You can't, you know, we shouldn't be making 73 cents on the dollar either, you know?
Right.
So I don't want to muddy the waters, but maybe a lot of things change because women stand up.
Yeah. Yeah. And women, you know, women have a big voice. And where was Poland? We talked about this a few weeks back, how these women just said, no, you're going to take our rights. We're not cleaning. We're not cooking. We're not taking care of the kids. We're not doing anything. We're on strike. We're not doing anything.
Right.
You take our rights. We're done. And I thought, how in the hell would this country make it? Would families or anybody make it if all women just stopped?
And I see the point there, but there's some women that can't. There's single moms that can't. Nobody else is going to take care of the kids.
Right.
Nobody else is going to cook, clean.
Right.
So I get that, but there is some thoughts about it. Yeah, so that's a good point, Dagger. I was going to say we need to vote, but right now, what do? We go out and we work. We do the door knocking, or we send out letters, or we do the phone calls for those candidates that we know are going to honor what we want. Yes, it's a pain in the butt. I've worked many political campaigns. I hate knocking on doors. I hate making phone calls. But if this is the difference between us having our rights back, I'll do it. And there's many ways: marching, calling your congressmen, calling your senators, writing emails. I think one of the most powerful things we can do is be there for other women, join our voices together like we're doing right now. Keep broadcasting. If you have a chance, if you have a way to have a voice, make sure it's heard.
Right.
I mean, we're having trouble finding time for Ghoul Talk because there's too many important issues out there right now.
Yeah.
So if we're going to do a show, we're going to do a show about this or lost souls or
right,
those things.
Yeah.
So if you have a microphone, it's your duty to speak. And we would like to give you that microphone. Yeah. Anybody that would like to come on, we would make the time and you could have your voices heard here on We Won't Go Back.
And Dana, if you would like to come on, I can send you the link right now. Just give me the word.
No pressure.
Or Dagger or anybody else. If Rhonda Hart's still here, anybody that wants to come on and speak out, we'll send you the link and you can be on with us.
Right.
So while we're waiting for that, are you guys okay with? Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, talking about young women with a big voice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even going to do an intro on this video. We're going to show a video that hopefully is going to make everybody out there think. So let's see if I can. How do I do this? You guys go ahead and talk.
Oh, so I don't have anything to say for a change. No, I'm kidding. That never happens. Stephanie?
There's a great line in a song by Bare Naked Ladies, and it says, "It's hard to keep your mouth shut, and it's harder still to make noise." And I think that is pretty profound for some, a band that's kind of seen as like a silly band, because it is, it's easy for us to kind of get on here with the three of us and people who are like-minded. But it's hard. It's scary to get out there on the parkway downtown with our signs and, potentially face violence, physically, emotionally, verbally, whatever. It's hard for that. It's hard for women and men to be able to stand up and say, no, this isn't right. So, that's why we have to stand together, because together we are much stronger than we are individually.
And that's a good point. It's hard one-on-one too. Like if you hear somebody's talking loudly in a public place, or a friend is saying something that you don't agree with, that's even harder. But we got to do it.
Yeah.
So Dagger, do you have another video of that is not news? I didn't realize that.
You're not allowed. It's plagiarizing.
We would get a copyright strike.
Oh.
We can't, because it's a news clip.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just talk about it then? I won't be.
It says you can pause every 15 seconds and talk over it.
Okay.
So maybe if I only show some of it, like the first minute or something.
Yeah, and then stop it. And then if we talk for a few minutes, you can play it on then, right? Or is it only 15 seconds you're allowed to play?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's good to know. We need to
But
know
it's
that.
it's airing their news, so I don't know why it would be it. I'm just gonna try it.
Did it flag you already?
No.
Just won't let you play it, or I don't understand how you knew that.
Dagger told me.
Oh, okay.
19-year-old Olivia Juliana raised over $2.2 million for abortion rights after a Twitter battle with Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz. It all started with this comment from the congressman at Turning Point, USA last month.
Okay.
Why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb.
Okay, is everybody as angry as I am yet?
If I could punch somebody in the mouth as hard as I want to do, and I don't believe in violence, but
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back and play again.
What an awful man.
These people are odious on the inside and out. They're like 5'2", 350 pounds.
Now, Olivia responded to that on Twitter, saying Matt Gaetz has said it's always the odious 5'2", 350-pound women that, quote, nobody wants to impregnate who rally for abortion. I'm actually 5'11", 6'4", in heels. I wear them so small men like you are reminded of your place.
Perfect.
I love that. And she's only 19.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes. So I don't know if we can continue.
Anyway, she raised lots of money, right? I mean, this
$2 million.
It backfired on him completely.
Yeah. So do you want me to play a little more of it?
If you think it's necessary.
Well, I think the whole thing is so interesting. Okay. And I'm just, Olivia, if you ever see this, we're so proud of you.
We'll have you on the show.
Posted a photo of Olivia writing "Dander raised" along with an article about his speech. And that's when Olivia decided to see this as an opportunity, writing in honor of Matt Gaetz publicly body shaming me. I'll be fundraising for the Gen Z for Change abortion fund. With that fund now over $2 million, ABC News reached out to Congressman Gaetz for comment. A spokesman from his team said, with Roe v. Wade overturned, America is now a pro-life nation. No amount of solicitations will change that. An abortion rights activist and strategist for Gen Z for Change, Olivia Juliana, joins me live now for more on this.
Okay, pause a second.
Can we do a campaign called "Bite Me, Matt Gaetz"?
He'd probably like
it. That would be perfect. I really do.
I know you're busy playing this right now, but can we put that banner at the bottom eventually for her for raising the money?
Yeah. We can't do it on this show, but we will. So I'll go back and I'll play a little more because I just want you guys to hear her.
Olivia, when you sent that original tweet, did you ever think it would lead to this?
Absolutely not. I had no idea, for one, that the congressman would respond, but that he would respond in the way that he did, seeing as he is a sitting member of Congress and I am a teenage activist. So I was in complete shock when I saw that he had publicly tweeted out my photo.
You've now brought in over $2 million in donations. What is that money going to go toward?
That money is going to be split amongst 50 abortion funds across the country, but they don't just provide abortion services. They help people get access to a large amount of different reproductive health care services, including access to contraceptives or sex education, things that have been targeted a lot recently by Republicans in specific states.
And what made you think of that? What made you look at this exchange and say, you know what, let me turn this into a fundraiser?
I'm a political strategist and an activist, and when I have the opportunity to share and do something with my work that'll help people in my community, that's what I'm going to do. Congressman Gaetz gave me the opportunity to have a national platform to tell people why abortion access is important and raise money for abortion access.
And you said...
Okay, so I probably should stop the share.
Well, I want to say I think she's absolutely beautiful, inside, outside, upside down.
Me too. He is a pig.
Oh, he is.
He's
evil.
disgusting.
He's
And you
evil.
know, what the hell is this with all of these politicians lately thinking it's okay to say and do stuff like this to people? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Hi, Mandy, love you.
But how cool is it that a 19-year-old has that kind of stamina to stand up? And I mean, that would have crushed a lot of us and had us in a corner.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm, thank God we have people like that, because
I know. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He just made her career. Just like in Georgia. I can't think of her name. The lady in Georgia that's going to win.
Right. Dana is so right.
Can't think of her name.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams. She might be president someday. And so might Natalie. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I love
it. We try not to be political, but when politicians are doing stuff like this, they are right down at the lowest level and making fun of people, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
They're disgusting. I'm sorry. There's no being spiritual, nice, and loving to them. I'm sorry. If you're going to act that way and speak that way to our young ladies, then you're disgusting.
Right.
And you're there's so much I want to say.
Yeah, we will get
you're
more
a dick.
Yeah, a very, very nasty one. We'll get more information on Olivia and promote that campaign, because I think it can go. That can go a long ways. I mean, how many women can be helped?
Right.
Like she said, it's not only for abortion; it's for contraceptives. It's for whatever.
General women's health care.
They're trying to attack that now. The next thing they're going to get rid of is the day after pill. They're trying to get rid of.
Right. Yeah. And any contraceptives at all.
Right. Yeah. See those women around us on this picture screen? That's where they want us. That's where they want us.
Yeah. Yeah. I have not seen that yet. Have you guys seen it?
Seen what?
The show Handmaid's Tale.
Oh yeah. I'm addicted.
Yeah. I saw part of it, and I haven't had the time, but I really, it's going to have to be a 2:00 in the morning thing for me, I think.
Yeah.
Have a lot of booze and and Kleenexes.
Yeah.
You're going to be angry and
sad.
And
but you're going to be proud too.
Oh yeah.
Especially the last episode of the last. Woohoo!
Oh yeah.
Oh good. Oh good. Well, that gives me hope. I had been talking to Dagger and let them know that, I was feeling like the whole. You guys ever see Stepford Wives?
Oh God, yes.
And Catherine Ross is trying so hard. I mean, she's just trying to prove something's going on there. Some days I really feel like Catherine Ross. I really do.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know you're not trying to be political, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah. And I did show that once. And then I was showing that. But she's so right. Yeah, it's scary how close we are.
Yeah, we're very close.
The scariest thing is, no matter how we all feel, no matter what we all want, 9 people made this decision.
I know. Dana says she's being good.
You don't have to be good, honey. It's our show.
Dana, believe it or not, I'm being good. I know that's hard to believe.
You should hear us off the air.
Yes.
Stupid. Yeah.
I'm going to get one of those dummies with whose head on it.
Yeah.
light it on fire. Sorry, but true.
You know, the fact that it's gotten to this point is what I think should be the big eye opener for everybody. Everybody, no matter what your political stance is, no matter what your sex, your gender, your thoughts, your beliefs, anything, this should be an eye opener for everybody, because what it proves is they can do what they damn well please
To anybody.
and we don't have a say over it.
No.
They can
And
start arresting
they're
people.
angry right now because we had a couple of victories. So they're angry and they're going to try to take every opportunity to punish if they can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm glad we have some people here with humor. After red robes come the pink triangles and yellow stars. Love it. Love it. Now I can't even think anymore. Where the heck were we?
Our rights. Once again.
Yeah. So Stephanie, your beautiful daughter Madison was on at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, hearing her as young as she is, saying some of the things that she said gives me hope.
Yeah, I think they're gonna fix it. You know, I think we'll do the best we can, but I think they're gonna be the ones to fix it.
Yeah, we can't wait, but we can set the stage for them.
Right.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I remember being in junior high school.
Oh, yeah, Dagger.
And,
sorry.
Good point. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
You were anyways, being in junior high school and protesting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for Vietnam War and for women's rights and Roe versus Wade and, you know, all of this. It is oftentimes the youth that makes the difference. You know, we've fought a long, hard battle. Now we have to get everybody else on board.
Right.
I'm not real sure. I mean, listening to Madison, like I said, gives me a ton of hope. Mm-hmm. I just hope many other young people feel the same way.
I know all my granddaughters do.
I think a majority of them are.
They're kind of mad at us.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand it. I know it sometimes feels like we didn't do enough, or, you know, we got these things so far and then we were just like, okay, that's good enough type of thing. Right. You know, it should have been codified in the beginning. It should have been, you know, all these things should have been protected right away, because you can't just say, all right, here it is, it's good enough, and expect it to stay that way forever.
Right.
So I can understand
I think we were lied to too.
Oh, for sure.
They said it can never be changed, and we just believed them.
Right.
But Deb, who would ever believe that the Supreme Court would ever? It had to be somebody, I'm sorry, like Trump, who came in and set the stage so that they could do whatever they want.
Well, and didn't he put the last 3 people in there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
the last woman had no experience, no judicial experience at all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets put on the Supreme Court? Really?
Yep.
And even though we had a heads up, and we did, there was a leak that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
How many of us really believed it? I know I didn't.
Right.
I think probably most of us thought, you know, no, there's no way. At this point.
Yeah, they're even saying Kavanaugh now, that the president at the time ordered, and I don't know, I'm just saying what was reported lately in the last few days, was ordered the FBI not to allow certain witnesses at his hearing because there was a lot of other people knowing that the rape really happened. So we have a rapist. We possibly have a rapist on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 6.
Yeah.
Dana, I don't remember a time before Roe versus Wade. I love you, sweetheart, but you're younger than me. I remember it well. And I'm sure Beth does.
Yeah.
But yeah, many women in this country don't remember a time before Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
They don't remember a time when women couldn't vote.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't remember a time when a woman couldn't just buy a car.
Yeah. Dagger, I don't want to skim over what you're saying. Do you want to? Because I'll admit it, I don't know what that was about.
Yeah. Whoops. There we went again.
What? I don't remember what the pink triangles and yellow stars. And I thought I had studied Nazi Germany pretty well. I was obsessed with it when at 13 at Osquash. I read all the books about. So I must have missed something.
They were required to wear like identifying patches. So
I
the
don't
Jews
remember them being pink.
That was for homosexuals, the pink triangles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And yellow stars for Jews.
Yeah,
Yep.
I knew what the yellow stars, but I couldn't remember the pink. See, you know what? It was in high school, and they probably didn't allow the books in our school that talked about homosexuals at all.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's probably why, because I was obsessed with concentration camps and learning everything I could about them. And it must have been a past life thing because everybody was like, why are you so obsessed with this? Remember the book Night? Did anybody read the book Night by
Eli Wiesel?
Yeah.
He came to my school in middle school.
Are you kidding me? I would have been a groupie.
Oh, it was amazing. It was heartbreaking and amazing and inspiring, and just, I mean, you can still see his tattoo on his arm, and to hear him speaking about, you know, what it was like, and to see pictures of him where he looks like a skeleton when he was, you know, it's just, ugh.
You should be proud of that, Mandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good, Dagger, but it was very, for a 13-year-old or whatever age I was, it was very unsettling. I remember laying awake at night thinking about the experiments that were done on people.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the good news about you, everybody out there listening.
Yeah.
You get to be the hero of this situation.
You get to be the Stephanie.
What?
I never mind. I was just being a dick. Yeah, everybody needs to speak up.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And, you know, doesn't it blow you away? We get so many great comments when we do this show. And it seems like the majority of people, and I honestly believe the majority of us want equal rights across the board for everybody, and, you know, the right to our own body. Yeah, I agree. People should be learning. It's almost like history repeating itself. And I think that's what Dana was talking about earlier, Mandy. This could get very devastating. Oh, hi, Stephanie.
Stephanie.
I don't know what you're saying definitely to, but welcome. But yeah, you know, the majority of people want what we want. So it's time for all of us to speak out and to, you know, do our part, do whatever it takes. This beautiful Olivia Juliana, who is 19 years old, has raised $2 million. If she can do that, think of what all of us can do. And we all need to get behind her and help her raise money.
Yep.
Yep. We are going backwards. And hi, Terry. We are going backwards. Yeah. Yeah, Stephanie. And Beth made a really good point when we were talking about Kansas. And you said that, you know, both sides, women, many women voted the way that we did not expect them to vote. So that gives me hope too.
Mm-hmm.
That no matter what side of the fence we're on, there are people on both sides that want equal rights.
Yeah, amazing that they knew what the polls were saying and they still pushed ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. So we're getting close to the end here, but is there anything that you guys think we need to push for in particular? I mean, I love the idea of let's get candidates in there who will rewrite things.
Yep. And in order to do that, we need to educate ourselves. We need to research. We need to look. We need to see, and not just surface level. Look to see where their money is coming from.
Yeah.
Look to see where their money is going. Look to see, you know, these little things that we don't necessarily think about that's going to show their true colors, because they can get up there on their website and say anything they want. But if they're then contributing to, you know, campaigns that go against what they're saying, or they're receiving money from people who they're going to go with the money. You know, it's just an unfortunate part of politics. They're going to go with the money. So I think that's a big thing, is look at their money flow in and out and see where they're getting it from and where it's going. And that's going to show you truly who, you know, the good people are.
Yeah.
If there are any. I'm not so sure.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, one thing we have learned from this, Stephanie, is that we can't trust.
Right.
You know, these people on the Supreme Court, what did they say?
Oh, it won't happen. It won't happen.
Right. So they lied to us.
Yep.
Bill, yeah, we need to get bills that stick instead of back and forth. Oh, for sure.
I'm trying to find out, what was her name? What is her name?
Olivia Juliana.
I was going to try to get the website, or at least say it.
Yeah.
Olivia Juliana. Juliana?
Yeah.
Jul, yeah.
So the library in Jamestown, Michigan is being closed down for carrying books about gender and sex. What year is it? I mean, seriously?
Yeah.
The residents voted to stop funding it.
Who did?
The residents of Jamestown, Michigan voted to close down this library for carrying books on sex and gender.
They said that a lot of people sent sassy thank you cards to Gates.
I love it. Okay, Dana says, reproductive rights, equal rights across the board. This is the start. It needs to stop.
Yep.
It definitely needs to stop. And that's why we have to continue. That's all there is to it. Everybody, I don't care how uncomfortable it is, we have to do our part.
Yeah.
Mandy lives in Australia. We can't leave a country for our daughters and granddaughters to deal with these idiots. That's why we need to move on this now.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you 10 million %, Mandy. And that's my driving force, is my daughters and my granddaughters, my great-granddaughters and Beth's daughters and, you know, Stephanie's daughters and all of the younger women.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why can't I find it? I have to get my tech girl to find it.
All right.
Every article I see, I don't
Just
see.
tell Daniel. Daniel, can you hear us?
Find the. It's not a GoFundMe, is it? It's just a website.
Mm-mm. Let me see.
You want me to play a little more and see if she says?
She does say it.
Okay.
I mean,
so
they do
I'm
say
going
what they're
to.
talking about.
Oops. Let's see. Let me see if I can share it. Why is it not? Okay, it's popping up for me.
So that this now motivated you to try to get out the vote. Why is that important to you, and what are you doing to try to get Gen Zers to the polls in November?
You know, I live in Texas, and it's one of the most restricted states in the country for abortion access. But it's not just about abortion access. It's about freedom of choice. It's about what's constitutionally right, and it's about protecting your privacy as a private citizen. Voting is how we're going to protect these rights going into the midterm election. It's how we're going to protect them in the future. And so by motivating young people to vote, by highlighting the fact that these are the people in Congress making laws about their bodies, these are the people in state legislators making laws about their bodies, that they'll realize the severity of the situation and be more motivated to vote these people out come November.
All right, Olivia Juliana, thank you for joining us.
Amazing, amazing young woman.
Mm-hmm.
I see that the website is Gen Z for Change.
I got it up there, Beth.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
I put it in the comments.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
I'm also going to add the that YouTube video that we kind of had to break up for copyright reasons, but
Terry, we do the show now. We're trying to do it like every other week. Is that right, Stephanie? How often is she kickboxing?
Yeah, every other week.
Yeah.
We're trying to do it
Usually
every
at
other
7.
week at 7, yeah, on Mondays.
Right. And I did post it a few days ago, Terry. I'm sorry. I probably should have shared it more. But we hope to be on every other Monday. Yeah. And thank you for tuning in. We love you. And I hope to see you in a few weeks. Yeah, and time slot is usually going to be 7 to 8. Right? Unless it gets crazy, maybe a little later.
Mm-hmm.
So
make sure you watch Lost Souls too. That's an important show.
Right. Any idea? Does anyone have a thought on when we're going to go live with another one?
I'm willing next week or the end of or sometime this week. How you guys schedule?
I'm fairly open as far as I know.
Deb, how's yours?
I can't do it tomorrow night. I could Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. And then next week, I could do something next week too. So do you want to do it like on a Tuesday or Wednesday night?
Sure.
Like Wednesday?
Sure.
That would work.
This Wednesday or next Wednesday?
I mean, if you guys have something and want to throw it together, do you have?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it, but I was just thinking maybe a couple different cases from Michigan.
Yeah.
So we could get a couple of them in instead of just concentrating on one.
Right. And if any of you out there, any listeners, have somebody that is missing that you would like us to talk about, let us know.
Yep.
Let us know. I know I have some on my Facebook who, have been missing for quite a long time. And like the last one we did, Kyle Mosier, you get that little fear that people have forgotten. And will it ever be solved if everybody forgets and lets it go?
Did you get lots of feedback from that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm still getting feedback from that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So heard from his mom since the show?
I think that was very hard on Michelle, and I feel kind of bad um, for having her on, especially after she said
She did it for you.
she did it for
I
me.
know that.
And-
I know that's what she said, but I'm sure she also wants his story kept alive.
Yeah. But I can't imagine, none of us can, what it's like to
Mhm.
wake up every morning and get through every day, not
Right.
knowing,
Right.
Yeah,
I'd also like to talk about the YouTube channel, Something with Purpose. I can't think of the whole title, but they are underwater people that find. I think they've solved like 23 cases in the year that they've been looking. And so I thought we should do a shout out to them, and that anybody who has somebody who's gone missing that could have been around water,
Mm-hmm.
and they suspect that they might have gone in the water. They have great ability to use sonar to find those cars and vehicles that might have gone in the water. So I think we should also give them a shout out now and on our next show.
Yeah. And that can be difficult, especially in areas where we're really limited. Michigan has a certain amount of canine groups. And even when you send the dogs out to search for anything left over,
Right.
It's difficult. But when it comes to using big equipment like that, who has the funds?
Right. And that's why I think we should give them a shout out, because they're funded by people watching and giving donations. And they've given 20 some families, they've given them some kind of peace in the last year. So, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
Because we got to realize that our fire departments and our police, they're limited fund wise.
Right.
On how long they can search. And
yeah. Well, and even teams, with dogs, cadaver dogs are, you won't always want to bring them in.
Right.
Because, even a tooth can give it away. But they don't have the funds either. And some of the teams, aren't real affordable. So anyways, Michigan is one of the few states that doesn't require employers to give their workers time off to vote. Yeah, did you know? I'd never even really realized that until this year.
Yeah. And that's another good point, Dagger. We need to also, when it comes to November, make sure we're available to give people rides or help empower them somehow to vote, even if it's where you write it in.
Right. Yeah. If you can't get out of work, contact your township, your
and there's a lot of older people that just don't understand that. So
right. Yeah. Ask for a mail-in ballot, or absentee ballot is what it's called. But, I noticed on Facebook for the primaries, all these people are saying, what time is voting going till? Because I don't get out of work.
Right.
A lot of people work like double shifts, and yeah, that's horrible that Michigan doesn't do that.
And another shout out I think we should be talking about too is support your shelters, your women's shelters especially. If you can go give some donations, if you can give clothes, if you can give my cousin works for one, and they welcome food, time. I mean, not everybody can give time because some of these are secret locations, but baby stuff. If there's any way you can donate or lend support, they could really use it. And we need to uplift our sisters, especially the ones that are in a trauma situation where they need other sisters to help them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes trauma is highly dangerous. A lot of these women are in hiding because they are in fear of their life. And that happens way too often.
And don't you think that that the decision also empowered abusive men, like made them even feel more powerful over their women?
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
nothing you can do, chick, and we have all the power.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Well,
It's empowered. It's empowered many. Yeah.
But it has also raised our shackles.
Yeah. And I hope that most women are as determined and angry and passionate and emotional as we are, as Olivia is.
Well,
And I wish I had her spunk.
If Kansas is any
19.
proof of it, maybe there's hope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And who would have thought Kansas?
Right.
Yeah,
go Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there will be good news, and we'll try to focus on that too. But we're going to keep doing this show because we want people to stay on top of this. Don't forget what's going on. Don't forget that your rights are being taken away. And this is way, way, way deeper than abortion. This is rights, human rights, women's rights, gay rights, trans rights, all rights. Yeah. And it's becoming to the point that it's not even a safe country anymore because of all of this. So,
yep.
Time to stand up and be loud.
Be proud and be loud. Stephanie, any last thoughts?
No, I think just the voting and educating yourself is really the most important thing right now.
Yeah.
Don't just blindly follow. Don't take them at face value.
No.
You really got to do some research and dig and see what they truly stand for.
Since you're a young mother, supporting your daughters and letting them hear letting them have a voice and letting them hear what you think as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
We'll keep on keeping on. We won't go back. Hell
Right.
no, we won't go back.
And thank you, commentators.
Yeah.
Everybody comment.
We'll probably be on Wednesday night with Lost Souls.
This Wednesday?
This
Wednesday? Okay.
This Wednesday.
I better get on it, huh?
Okay. We'll be posting it. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with We Won't Go Back. Right?
Yes. Of course.
Yay.
And if anybody would like to come on either show.
Yeah. Anybody that wants a voice. Yeah, let us know. We'll send the link and you can be on with us. That would be amazing. Okay. Love you guys.
Love you.
Wednesday. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for listening, commenting.